Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Fist, where we review your and our favorite action comedy or straight up action films. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California, Ozzy V. And also with me on this program, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world famous juggler Greg Larson. How you doing, Greg?
Disappointed. That was it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing is that those who watch us might not have yet heard an extended intro, so I didn't want to jump the gun because I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, Todd,
the same way.
What was that? Was that because I made a joke about wind in near my garage?
Booing.
That's a boo?
Yes.
Okay, you know what? Fine. Do the intro again. Do it again. Todd, I'm serious. Do the intro again. We'll come back. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Farce, where we review and discuss your and our favorite action comedy or straight-up action films. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California. From trivia nights to title fights, your voice of choice, the stunningly stupendous student of stupidity, Ozzy V. And always with me on this program, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world famous juggler Greg Larson. How you doing, Greg?
I mean, that was for me, Ozzy, not you. That was, I'm doing great. We just got to listen to that great intro twice, but sometimes, Ozzy, these extended intros, I mean, why you got to make it all about you? It's a little, I'm just kidding. That was brilliant. How you doing, Ozzy?
I was a little out of breath towards the end for a second. Also with us, ladies and gentlemen, Flesh Wound producer Todd. How you doing, Todd?
I'm just as good as I was the first time.
I didn't ask you the first time, so.
Right, exactly.
Touche. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this week we do have the pleasure of reviewing and discussing The Last Boy Scout from 1991, starring Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans. Todd, do you have a trailer available?
Yes, we do.
This ain't no game, Flash.
Joe Hallenbeck's a private detective who's run out of luck.
If you touch me again, I'll kill you.
2 for 2.
Told you.
Jimmy Dix
I like Prince.
is an ex-quarterback who was thrown out of football.
Another tragic tale of wasted youth.
You're nobody.
Shh. Don't tell anyone.
They were trying to clean up their acts
You reckon? I'll dust.
when they got dragged into the dirty world of sports corruption.
So you're gonna bribe some senators to legalize gambling?
Legalize.
Sports gambling. Now,
Son, we're going to a ball game.
they got one shot
What am I going to do? Point it at the bad guys and shoot!
to get the goods on the bad guys.
Just once, I would like to hear you scream. Play some rap music. Ideas, man. Take your best shot.
If they don't kill each other first.
That was a bomb?
Either that or a hell of a factory recall.
Bruce Willis, Damon Wayans, The Last Boy Scout.
Danger's my middle name.
Mine's Cornelius. You tell anybody, I kill you.
And that was the trailer for The Last Boy Scout, released on December 13th, 1991, with a runtime of 105 minutes, rated R. Story coming from Greg Hicks and Shane Black, with a screenplay written by Shane Black, directed by Tony Scott of original Top Gun fame, starring Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans, also featuring Halle Berry as well.
And Danielle Harris.
And Danielle Harris. Now, initial thoughts on this? When we just recently reviewed Die Hard 2 a few weeks ago, I had mentioned that for Christmas 1997, I got like the 3-disc set. Not the super 2-disc each movie, but just straight up DVDs and featurettes. And my now current brother-in-law, when he saw I was watching all these Die Hard movies, he says, "Have you seen The Last Boy Scout? It's just like this." I was like, "No, I haven't." He actually got me the VHS. Unfortunately, I don't still have it with me. But after watching the VHS for the first time, I became a huge fan because it really is just almost what could be seen as an extension of one of the Die Hard movies.
Well, and more likely it's an extension of a Lethal Weapon, but I'll let you just have this
no.
Poppycock going on.
We're fine with
it from the writer of
Okay.
Lethal Weapon.
Okay, holy Toledo. Fine. I'm saying
You gotta
in
fillet
terms
Die
of
Hard,
Bruce
Eddie.
Willis's character, geez, get your panties out from being in a twist.
You're
God.
lucky. You're lucky Shane Black didn't make this a Christmas movie also, because he does that all the time. Lethal Weapon, Long Kiss Goodnight. What are the other ones? Oh, there's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Like
Well,
all of his buddy
this
comedies he
takes
throws
place.
Christmas in.
This does take place during football season, so I'm sure Christmas was right around the corner.
If he would have figured out a way to do it, he would have had it in there.
My point of saying it's similar to Die Hard is in the sense that, well, sure, yeah, the original Die Hard movies never had an original script, and Bruce Willis just feels, I mean, his name in this movie is Joe Hallenbeck. Might as well be John McClane. But I will say that the wisecracks, one-liners were more heavily emphasized in this movie than any of the other action movies that we're accustomed to seeing.
No, that's not true. I mean, all the Shane Black, like Lethal Weapon, is full of jokes. It is.
I think, again, from the context of John McClane.
The other one's a little more
From the lead.
suicidal, so they're maybe not as funny to everyone, but I get
And
what you're
some of
saying.
these ones are a little more cheesy.
Well, there's a couple in there that I think are still pretty good today.
Oh yeah, totally. You know, I hadn't heard of this film, and I went into it thinking, because you guys were talking about it, you're like, oh, it's a football film, blah blah blah, and so I was
He's
like,
like,
oh,
I'm
that's-
getting any given Sunday.
right. That's Friday Night Lights, something like that, you know, and you know, so I didn't even watch the trailer, so it would be a complete surprise. Sometimes it's a little more fun that way, but it was pleasantly surprising. So going in with no expectations was great, and it ended up being I didn't even know Damon Wayans was in it, so yeah, it was all around a good time, and yeah, I'm grateful we picked this one up.
Todd?
This was my very, very first test screening ever when I was like 13 years old.
Wow.
And it's funny because like I brought it to my mom.
How was a certain scene at 13 years old?
I mean, I was already like, yeah,
You were exposed.
I'd already seen RoboCop. I mean, like, wait, what year
Yeah.
was this? Was this 80 or was this before?
This is 91.
Oh, yeah, I was fine. I was already listening to NWA. I was fine.
Got it.
But like, my mom surprisingly remembered, probably because it's the only test screening she's ever went to. So I brought it up to her over Christmas that we were reviewing it, and yeah.
So, getting into some of these favorite moments or favorite lines, there's one that stands out above all else for me because I have said this multiple times to my wife and my stepson. It's a line that I got from this movie. And when it was about to happen, I called my wife into the room and I said, just pay attention right here. and it's when he's talking about his leather pants, and he said it was $650. $650 for a pair of pants? You wear them. They got a TV in them, and that's the one thing I say in every single thing that they bring up that they mention is more than $100 because it usually is way overpriced whatever they're asking for.
Yeah.
So my response is always, do they come with a TV in them? And the wife laughed pretty hard at that one because I've used and abused so much of it. But that's always been my favorite line from the movie, but there's still, I got lots of others going into and favorite moments as well. How about you guys?
Yeah, so I do have to say there's days we go into these, and when you go first, I'm like, oh, I hope Ozzy doesn't pick any of mine. But with the ones I had, the fact that you say that to your kid and wife all the time, I was like, well,
eliminated your
have been really awkward had you. There's definitely a few great ones to choose from in this. But the bartender had one of the best lines because there's a moment Damon Wayans' character is like, all I do lately is drink and fuck anything with a heartbeat. The bartender responds, well, you stay on that side of the bar, buddy.
Todd?
Before I get to my favorite line, I also discovered this has to be Tommy Dreamer's favorite movie. Period.
Why do you say that?
WrestleMania is pretty much the setup of. You really don't want me to get too far into this.
Oh, okay. Yes. Now
scene.
it clicked. My bad.
Yes, he was going to make it go click, but yes. But okay, that's not my thing. Man, there's a few good ones in here, but I'm actually going to pick Eminem's favorite moment because he ripped it off in Guilty Consciences with Dr. Dre. What, you tripped, fell, landed on his dick? Even as a kid, that stuck out to me, and I've always remembered it. And the first time I heard Eminem's Guilty Conscience, 100% stole it from this. So that's I'm going to go with that.
I want to give can I give an honorable mention?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Just because as I was watching it, this line not only made me laugh pretty hard, but it caught my wife's attention. And he was asking Wayne's character, Jimmy Dix, going to the bathroom. Where are you going? To the bathroom. You want to come? Doc says I shouldn't lift anything heavy.
I did laugh pretty hard when I forget his Tegan the one from Easy Money, when he shows up what is his name? Hold on. Are you trying are you what?
Taylor Negron?
Yes. The late he was in a bunch of stuff, but when they're in the car and the cop comes up, is there a problem here? And yes, there's too many bullets in this gun. It just makes me laugh. It's also weird for me to see him like as a badass because I'm used to him being like the bumbling guy and like all the other stuff. Like I always think of Easy Money when I see him. So
oddly enough, I think of Biodome.
Yeah, that makes sense. The big Biodome guy.
Yeah. But he's also in the movie as kind of like one of these just like weaker. He hurt his bladder rollerblading and he ran out of pens. That's his biggest problem in that movie. And then when they asked him how he got a job as a delivery driver, he said, screwing President Clinton. And they reply, you had sex with President Clinton? So, yes, it is a complete shift and a pleasant surprise. Like, I think after this, kind of underrated because I've only seen him do comedy stuff. I mean, with Biodome, he was also on an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where he played the waiter. But he's got good comedic timing. But to see him is just kind of like that kind of villainous asshole kind of thing. Like he was able to play that kind of cold killer kind of, personality. And it was just a pleasant surprise. Getting into the critiques. It's hard to like find a critique just because it's such a simple kind of straightforward crime, like not just straight up action, but like crime and detective and trying to figure stuff out, that it pretty much just keeps going. Its pace is pretty well. And uh, the only thing that I thought was strange is why he would wear such a loud red hat in the woods. That and that was like me and my buddy when we were watching this movie, we'd always say like, man, that is such a loud hat to wear in the woods. No wonder he got caught. But I don't know if that was supposed to be with intent, because it looked so ridiculous that of course that would happen with his character. It was fine. It fit at least, but that was one of the things that stuck out. Like if you're trying to get sneak around, that's the last hat you'd want to wear.
100%. Yeah, there were two spots, and they're both at the end, and maybe I should let certain things go. But if you're going to assassinate someone from a distance, I don't think you'd be using like a burst fire, semi-automatic, automatic weapon. You know, like the fact that it had like those multiple shots when trying to do a long distance shot on one person. I was just like, I know you're doing it because it makes the scene more intense as it's going around everywhere. But it wouldn't work for some of the other spots, but it didn't seem like a proper, assassination kind of, I don't know if I could say that as being, but yeah, it just didn't seem like it fit for what the character was trying to achieve.
Could I twist that around?
Sure.
So remember, they were actually going to frame Hallenbeck for the murder,
Yeah.
right? And so if their plan came to fruition and, the senator was assassinated, they pin it on him, it would make sense for his type of personality to not be so precise. Like they'd want to perceive him to be someone who just wanted to take out a bunch of people at once.
No, he was vindictive against one person in things. Like the man was focused. I don't think he would be so sloppy in certain.
I understand that, but it's how they thought he would be.
That's fair. Well, then the fact that a guy fell into a helicopter and got chopped up, and that helicopter's like, I'm still gonna fly. Like, yeah.
Oh well, that's a fair point. Todd?
My complaint is the same complaint I had with Cobra. They set it up to have sequels, and we never got any.
Well,
because they could have had their detective agency, but then would it have just became moonlighting with two dudes?
Well, it would have been moonlighting with two dudes, and then they would have said, "This is just a Lethal Weapon knockoff." So, what would your response have been there?
It was already a Lethal Weapon knockoff at this point. I mean, everyone knew it. It was from Joel Silver.
No, I understand that, but I mean, like, if to continue to make other, it's just
but then we could have had the crossover picture. By the time they got to 3, they screwed it up.
And these were funnier anyway, compared to Lethal Weapon, in my opinion.
Maybe that was the goal with this one. So getting into the ratings of it, is this a groundbreaking piece of cinema? No. Is it an absolute blast from start to finish for somebody like me? Absolutely. The combination of the one-liners with the action, with the trying to figure out detective plot, crime aspect of it, the combination of everything in this package puts it at a 5 for me. That's because this is exactly what I look for when I watch a movie, is like these kind of things all meshed together, not just one specific genre, but when you have just everything meshed together and it comes out to a fun product.
You said it like so well, because ultimately this is just fun. Like, sure, there's some things like I had my critiques, but when I had those moments of critiques, I was like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. but I don't care. It's fun. Like, do I want to see that moment with the guy getting chopped up by a helicopter? Hell yeah. Like, that was great, So it's like, it was fun through and through, had some great comedic chops to it. I felt some of the relationship part of it wasn't necessary, outside of the fact of having a child. But all around, it was a great, great watch. I'll probably actually watch this again, which I don't normally do with action flicks. So this is getting a 5 from me.
Yeah, like when he's berating his wife when he's talking. Okay, not happening now. Yeah, it is fun, and I've always enjoyed this one. On a fun scale, it's 100% a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like comparable to other 5s that I've thrown out there? Probably not, but
No.
it's fun and enjoyment. I can't deny it.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, at this time, it does not look like, as of December 28th, that this is available to stream. I did check this earlier today. I am double checking before I make any final comments. But while I do that, do you guys have any final notes before we head off this evening?
Outside of the autograph, maybe I'm just misremembering, but were there any other mentions of the Boy Scout?
No, it was just in the autograph. Well, no.
So the entire movie named.
Well, no. So the signature said to the daughter of the last Boy Scout, because he was referred to as he called himself a regular Boy Scout when he was describing what happened between him and the senator.
Got it.
So that's why he.
Just seems like a very easily glossed over reason to name the movie.
I'm sure they were looking through the script, being like, "What could we call this? What could we call this?" Here you go. I'm a regular Boy Scout, or I was just a regular Boy Scout, and then the autograph says to the last Boy Scout.
Yeah.
There it is. So it looks like that this is available to stream for free via Crunchyroll, if you have a subscription to Crunchyroll. Otherwise, it is available to rent or purchase wherever you consume your favorite digital content. Ton, any notes for Flesh Wound Horror this week? That being the week of January 26th.
Check out our best of 2025 from last week, guys.
If you have not already.
If you and you know it, you better have. Unless you're new, then go.
And
but then you get to see Ozzy's favorite Dan.
Well, and of course, if you are in the Orange County area this week, I'll be hosting trivia this Tuesday at the brewery in. Oh, I'm sorry, I swapped that around. I'll be hosting trivia this Tuesday at the Rush Bar and Grill in Lake Forest, beginning at 7 o'clock. Also this Wednesday in Placentia at the brewery, also at 7. Once again, this Tuesday at the Rush Bar and Grill in Lake Forest, this Wednesday at the brewery in Placentia. Both nights at 7 o'clock, and are free to play in prizes for the top winning teams. Now, do you gentlemen? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Todd.
I did just get a last minute fact that you might find interesting.
What's that?
That you want to know the original title for The Last Boy Scout?
What's that?
Die Hard.
What?
Joel Silver asked to use the title for another film, Nothing Lasts Forever, which became Die Hard, leading to the Die Hard script, and this being retitled.
So Die Hard was originally titled Nothing Lasts Forever.
Yeah, because that was the book name.
And this movie was titled Die Hard.
Yes.
That's pretty funny, initially.
So Die Hard's not initially a Christmas movie.
I know. Ooh, can we... I'm just trying... You know what? I'll save it for next time.
This is crap.
Do you want me to do it now? Okay. No, I think we'll save it for next time. You gotta wait.
You're such a tease.
That's Todd.
Oh, it's good. Okay, here you go. So what are your thoughts on Macaulay Culkin saying Die Hard's not a Christmas movie?
Home Alone itself could have taken place any other time of the year.
And here's the thing. I've always said my defending of Die Hard's always been, if Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, either is Home Alone. Because both of those can happen on any day of the year.
Okay. However,
Hey, don't give me that tape nonsense because it could have been a
but
roll of
it's
duct
but
tape.
it's true.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yes,
at all.
it
That's
is.
you.
They would not randomly
you.
have duct tape on a cart
Oh,
on that floor.
In a building they're having construction in, they would absolutely be any kind of tape product in there.
They didn't have construction.
It actually
on the
makes
vault
less
floor.
sense that
They were
Christmas
wrapping
tape in
presents
there.
on the vault floor. Todd, you Grinch.
And I'm just saying that is the worst stretch for like it couldn't have happened if it wasn't for the tape. That's like literally.
You
the
want me
worst
to
stretch
pull
you
up
could
some other examples? I
have.
can.
No.
That's
Again,
just the
you're
first one
arguing
that comes
me.
to mind.
But I'm saying that's one of the easiest ones to throw out. Is the tape?
His wife's name's Holly.
Okay,
There's a
again-
pregnant lady in the movie.
Okay,
The man's
why are
sacrificing
you
himself,
arguing me?
his feet. I don't know. You brought it up in the first place.
Well, no, because you always use the tape one, and that's a horrible defense because it could have been any roll of tape there. That literally tape. I could grab a roll of tape right now. So I mean,
His wife's name is also Holly.
okay, that's not what I'm. The names have nothing to do with where it's set.
Well, the screenwriter said it's a Christmas movie because his Passover script got declined.
Well, Bruce Willis also says it's not a Christmas movie too. So
Bruce Willis didn't write the fucking movie, and he was just trying to think
Like,
of
he
a
doesn't
line to
remember
finish off his
anyway.
roast.
Oh.
So I just thought you should know Macaulay Culkin said that. Did you know Bonnie Bedelia is Macaulay Culkin's aunt?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so and they're both the same movie, basically. They're both, I mean, Christmas. So all right, there you go. I just wanted Ozzy's opinion on that. So Macaulay Culkin's wrong.
I don't think he cares.
I don't think Christmas movie expert has been on his resume. So
I just
right.
thought it was uncool of him to, because his could be easily date flopped. It actually makes more sense. They're on a summer trip, if we're being real about it.
Yeah.
although you wouldn't have the old man shoveling the snow during summer.
This is true.
I could even go Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, it doesn't. It's not. I mean, the movie's about a kid defending his home from people breaking into his house.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that
More
doesn't.
robberies do happen during the holidays, though.
This is true, but it could have happened on any other day too.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
There
Yeah.
needs to be more Thanksgiving, but then they would just tell you it's Christmas anyway, like they do Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah. So stupid. Anyhow, ladies
All
and
right, there you
gentlemen,
go.
this does conclude our episode of review of The Last Boy Scout. Feel free to come back next week where we are very excited to review the comedy classic Groundhog's Day. So check us out then. Once again, for world famous juggler Greg Larson and Flesh Wound producer Todd, I'm Ozzy V, and we'll see you next time on a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Fist.